The photographs begin in silence. Faces look into the camera without smiles, not because people had forgotten how to smile, but because life had become so heavy that every smile had to be earned. These colorized images from America's Great Depression do something remarkable. They remove the distance of black and white history and remind us that these were real people with bright blue eyes, dusty brown shoes, faded red dresses, and dreams that looked very much like our own. Suddenly, the 1930s no longer feel like another world. They feel like yesterday. As each photograph appears, it tells a story that words alone could never fully capture. A father stands outside a weathered farmhouse, his hat pulled low against the wind. His hands are rough from years of hard work, yet there is quiet determination in the way he stands. Beside him, children hold on to one another, their clothes patched many times over, but their eyes still full of curiosity. They had little, yet they still look toward tomorrow. The Great Depression changed America in ways few generations have ever experienced. Jobs disappeared almost overnight. Banks closed their doors. Families who had spent years building a comfortable life suddenly found themselves with nothing. Savings vanished. Homes were lost. The future became uncertain. But these photographs remind us that hardship did not erase humanity. One image shows a long line of men waiting patiently for a chance at work. Some have polished shoes that no longer hide the cracks. Others carry worn coats that have seen many winters. They stand quietly, hoping that today someone might offer them a day's wages. Behind every face is a family waiting at home, counting on hope as much as money. Another photograph captures children playing in a dusty street. They have no expensive toys, no glowing screens, no modern comforts. A simple stick, an old tire, or a homemade ball becomes enough to create laughter. It reminds us that childhood has always found ways to bloom, even in difficult seasons. Then comes a picture of a mother preparing a simple meal. There is little food on the table, yet she serves everyone else before herself. That quiet sacrifice happened in countless homes across America. Parents skipped meals so their children could eat. They hid their worries behind gentle voices and comforting hugs. The color in these restored photographs makes every moment feel personal. The faded blue denim, the soft green field struggling through drought, the warm glow of afternoon sunlight falling across weathered wooden porches, it all reminds us that history was once someone's ordinary day. Many families packed everything they owned into old trucks and traveled hundreds of miles searching for work. Dust storms swept across farms in the Great Plains, turning bright afternoons into dark skies. Crops failed. The land cracked beneath the sun. Entire communities were forced to leave behind homes they had loved for generations. Yet even while roads stretched endlessly ahead, neighbors still helped neighbors. A family with little would share bread with another family that had even less. Churches opened their doors. Soup kitchens served warm meals. Volunteers handed out blankets. Strangers became friends because survival depended on kindness as much as courage. One unforgettable photograph shows workers building roads, bridges, schools, and parks through government relief programs. Their faces are tired, but there is pride in their work. Every shovel lifted, every brick laid, represented more than a paycheck. It represented dignity returning one day at a time. Children attended small country schools where classrooms were simple but dreams remained enormous. Teachers often bought supplies with their own money. Students learned by candlelight when electricity wasn't available. Education became a bridge toward a better future, even when the present felt uncertain. Some of the most powerful images show elderly couples sitting quietly together on front porches.
What a beautiful
They have lived
day.
through prosperity and now through hardship. Their wrinkles tell stories of endurance. Their hands, resting gently together, remind us that love can survive even the hardest times. The Great Depression also revealed something extraordinary about the American spirit. It showed that strength is not always loud. Sometimes strength is simply getting up before sunrise to search for work one more day. Sometimes strength is mending a child's coat instead of buying a new one. Sometimes strength is believing tomorrow will be better when today offers no evidence. As the photographs continue, we begin to notice something unexpected. Despite empty pockets, many people are standing tall. Despite difficult lives, many children are smiling. Despite uncertainty, families remain together. Those quiet victories often go unnoticed in history books, yet they are perhaps the greatest triumphs of all. These colorized images erase the invisible wall between generations. We stop seeing historical figures and begin seeing grandparents, neighbors, friends, and perhaps even ourselves. Their fears are familiar. Their hopes are familiar. Their resilience feels timeless. It is easy today to focus on everything we lack, but these photographs gently remind us of everything people once created with almost nothing. Old clothes were repaired instead of thrown away. Meals were shared. Music filled homes through simple radios. Families gathered on porches after sunset, telling stories that would be remembered for decades. Community became wealth when money was scarce. Faith became strength when answers were few. Hope became the most valuable possession anyone could own. The children growing up during the Great Depression would later become part of a generation that helped rebuild a nation, serve during World War II, invent new technologies, strengthen communities, and raise families with lessons learned from difficult days. Their hardships shaped compassion, gratitude, and determination that would influence America for decades to come. Looking at these 38 colorized photographs is not simply about remembering poverty or struggle. It is about remembering people who refused to let hardship define their character. They faced uncertainty with courage, disappointment with perseverance, and loss with quiet dignity. Every weathered face tells us that storms eventually pass. Every worn pair of shoes reminds us that even the longest journeys are taken one step at a time. Every hopeful child reminds us that tomorrow has always belonged to those who dare to believe in it. As these final images fade away, they leave behind something greater than nostalgia. They leave behind gratitude, for the comforts we often overlook, for the sacrifices of generations before us, and for the unbreakable human spirit that rises again and again through every season of history. Because these photographs are more than windows into the past. They are mirrors reflecting timeless truths. No matter how difficult life becomes, kindness still matters. Family still matters. Hope still matters. And if those ordinary Americans could walk through one of the darkest chapters in history with courage in their hearts and dreams still alive, then perhaps we can face our own challenges with the same quiet confidence. History reminds us that even after the longest winter, spring always finds its way home.